Today we're going to talk about getting to Serenity Bay on Disney's Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Serenity Bay is the adult portion of Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. So we're going to talk about getting over there, what to expect for walkers and riders, and any ADA specific accommodations. Okay, we are here at the front of the ship of the Disney Magic. Over here, if you are needing assistance onto the ship, and it's very specific who has assistance, you can go right there. We're going to walk the pier from right there. Of course, if you're riding that, it's good to ride. We're going to start right now. Of course, instead of taking the golf cart over to the island, you could decide to walk, or you could decide to take a wheelchair. So if you wanted to take a wheelchair, you would just go along the pier. It takes about 10 minutes to 20 minutes, probably if you had a wheelchair more on the line of 20 minutes, but you would be able to enjoy the water and the walk over. Once you make it all the way across, you will then get on a tram to go over to the main part of the island. If you're in a wheelchair, you will have to enter the first tram car, and it will take you over to the main portion. When you get to the main portion of the island, you will then get off and be near something called Disney Tings, which is actually a Disney gift shop. From there, you can get to the trail to Serenity Bay, and that's what we're going to show you in this video. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right,
serious time.
That parade just came through, and we got to see it. Yay! We're at Disney Tings, and we're wanting to walk to Serenity Bay. So we're basically at the tram stop, and we're going to walk all the way there. We're here at the very center of it all, and we're going to go. The one thing we were told is if it has a peak on it, like that one over there, the building, that's where the bathrooms are. It's our understanding. So if you're over here looking for bathrooms, if you see something that comes to a point like that one, that's going to be the case. But what we're going to do, we're going to walk from this point, and we're going to walk over to Serenity Bay.
Go make a hat.
I think I'm good. I am recording. So we're at the sign at Serenity, starting at about the minute mark of this specific video. Still at all these cool bridges they have. Look over there, the vines are starting to train to go a certain direction. Now they definitely have the speakers all over. It's like she was yelling right beside us, even though they're way over there and underneath that. You can see they're trying to get things to grow and to fill in. And I think it has some. But the thing about this, even though there's all sorts of overhangs and buildings, there's really nothing here still that has shade along the way. Over there, one of the picture opportunities over there, I see the backside of Pluto. If you want to go to the beach, you can definitely go right down there. You can see the little over walk there to go to the family beach. But I think we're trying to get to the adult beach.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue walking this direction and see what we see.
So, if you were in a wheelchair.
If you're in a wheelchair, you have a nice little area here. You're not in sand. So if you're coming over on a wheelchair, we've seen several folks that have a wheelchair. So you would take it to the actual tram, put that on the tram, come over here, get out, go in your wheelchair, and I think you would end up being able to be on a walkway most of the way. Now hopefully, yes.
I'm not at all hot.
I am not hot right now.
The breeze gives me a chill.
But again, the high today is 77.
That probably means I'm gonna burn.
Probably does. It's the end of April, 77. I can imagine being out here in July. I don't know if it's a lot warmer.
Lots of fans around where you eat.
Do you want to go to the end of this walkway and look off?
Sure.
Why don't we?
I still want to figure out where the ramp is to get to the beach.
Where the ramp to get to the beach, that would be nice to know.
There's a ton of chairs right there.
There are a ton,
Not really on.
not on the beach, but if you wanted to be off the beach, if there's a big crowd, there is nobody at this little section.
Well, they have the things tied down. It makes me wonder. Maybe they're not letting anybody in that area.
Looks like to me you can go over. Like over here, there's people, so let's walk to the end of this and take a look. Huh? There are some people on this beach, folks. And I don't blame them. We're on the Disney Magic, which is one of the smaller ships, which is the original ship. And there are people bobbing in the water and on the beach. Yeah, it looks like it's you know, a big beach on Labor Day or something when you're going in the distance. Speaking of, the next cruise we're going on, that's about the time we're going to be here, is about Labor Day. We're going on the Disney Magic again, leaving out the last day of August into September. So yeah, we may be here about at that point that I even mentioned there. Strange.
The next cruise we're going to be on.
Well, it's not the next cruise, it's the next Disney cruise we're going to be on. True Point.
The ramp, I think, is the next one.
You think is the next one? Guess we can go take a look at it.
But I still wonder, is there a ramp on Serenity?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out whether there is a ramp for a wheelchair, or at least for those who don't do steps well, to get down to the water at Serenity. You would think so, but I guess we will find out as we head that direction.
I've never seen anyone show that.
The one thing they have here, they definitely have these cool things. You can go get your food across the way. Across the way there is True 2 barbecue. So it's one of there's True that's behind us. There's True 2 barbecue that you can go get the very same food, then come over to these areas and eat. You can see the big fans. The one thing that I can say is we haven't noticed a lot of flies yet. We haven't gone inside the eating areas.
Something has landed on me 2 times.
Something has landed on my wife. So here's that pointy top again. As you see, restrooms, pointy top. A lot of the time there's a bar on the backside, I believe, as well on some of these. So that's what you look for there. What my understanding is, if you go to the first one, that the True. Oh, let's look on the backside of this. See showers? Where are you heading? Is this where the other ramp is, you're thinking?
I also think we might have missed a turn. This is entrance to the barbecue.
Okay.
I almost think we're supposed to be going this way.
Well, they haven't. Here's the wheelchair. If you look right here.
Yes, this is right.
So if you have a wheelchair,
You gotta be careful, you'll go the wrong direction on these.
you'll go the wrong direction if you don't go.
Yeah, that's definitely ramps down.
So let me go down and show you the ramps if you do have a wheelchair or you cannot do steps. This is the way that you could go.
This is the way.
This is the way. Again, the water is very pretty. very blue, as you can see. I will wait this out here and let these folks get by. Then I will go down and show you the zig and the zag of the area. So if you had a wheelchair, you could come, turn right here, go down.
Then you're gonna have trouble.
Take it along the way. Then you sooner or later you're going to get in sand, but that's just a fact of life. So you'll probably have to disembark your wheelchair right down there. You could take it to a point. So yeah, probably the better way would be to if you could walk it all, but if you can't walk, this is the direction you'll come. But if you could walk it and go very slowly, at least there's ramps right down there.
I would like to point out, if you pay for that handicap
Yep.
cabana, it's going to get you to there, and then that's it.
So is this Serenity?
Yes.
So these are the Serenity Bay cabanas.
Yes.
So the adult cabanas. You're coming across here looking at the beach, and here you see children. There's kind of here's the deal, versus some of the other ones over at Castaway. The Castaway, if you're on the adult beach, you are on the adult beach. You're not going to be hearing screaming people like I'm hearing in the background right now. Which, hey, whatever, but we don't understand why this is the adult beach and the adult cabanas, and the family cabanas are way over on the other side, secluded. It's kind of the flip side of what we think should be the case. So yeah, that's kind of screwy.
Backwards.
There's several things. The shade, we think the backwards part of the other. Because you would think that the family things should be here near the water items, near the food, near all of that in this area. We're continuing walking. We're wanting again to go over toward Serenity, so we're going to make a right here.
Yeah, and that wasn't clear on the signs either.
Yeah, on the signs it was hard to tell. I was going to head to the barbecue. I don't know if there is a front way or whether you have to. Do you have to come by the cabanas to get there?
Which, again, another point. When you're on Castaway and you're in a cabana, nobody's walking by you.
Yeah.
If they have a cabana.
You know, on Castaway, unless you have a cabana, you are really secluded.
This is what they need.
What? Oh yeah, look right here.
Like at Disney World, Disneyland.
Yeah, they don't have this option just to sit. And here it is, but it is not very much a here at all. Okay, so as you come across here, you can see there is a sign for guests 18 years and older. And that's where these cabanas are. We'll see whether we see any children or whatever over here. Who knows? These are the various cabanas. You can essentially walk up to them, which is, I mean, there's a nice way. It's easier to get here than over at Castaway. We have been over at Castaway's cabanas or the Serenity Bay cabana several times. You'll be able to go right up to it. So if you have a wheelchair or something coming here, you're doing pretty well there. Look there, here's a cabana. You can see the porch you've got. You can see the walkway over to the beach. Same family has both of them. Nice looking.
No, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm not using my brain. Okay, here's your.
Oh, there, if you do need one of those, they do have these to go down to the actual beach. So something we may need to investigate. You can ride in a regular wheelchair over here and then ride one of those bad boys down to the beach. What'd you say?
Mabrika is
the name of
the area.
The Mabrika's the area.
The same family and everyone else.
Yeah, we kept looking for one of these, and if it's not the handicapped one or the accessible ones, they were $560 or something, $500 and something dollars, let's put it that way. And if it was the accessible one, it was $963 or something of that nature, because I remember seeing that one all the time. And that fits 4, but it can go up to 10. It's this one, as you can see. Nobody has it. So but it is large. You can see it has a side porch.
Can we tour it?
You could have several people there.
Is nobody's there?
I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Pretty nice.
Either stays with me, but increase my budget. You take care of that.
Oh,
Okay, this is,
doggy.
okay. One thing I did want to, I saw this, and I'm not sure what this or who this is for. This guy's just went in there. I don't know who that's for. There's a backpack. You can see on this one's handicapped, accessible, excuse me. And you can see it goes down where you can take it down to the beach, so that's cool. Over here, if you have a service dog, that's very cool.
That is very cool.
There's a spot for the accessible dogs to go in the bags. Accessible dogs, if you're in
Service
the
dogs.
service dogs, yeah.
Sorry.
And you're in the accessible area, you can bring the dogs over here. I feel like I'm down nearer to the beach down here at Serenity versus where we were. Maybe, I guess we're on a hard surface versus the other.
Instead of a platform, we're on concrete.
Instead of a platform. So we have made our way to Serenity.
There were towels.
There were towels.
That's
Okay,
important.
there are
I'm
towels
gonna
over
carry
here.
this thing the whole way.
They talked about us getting towels, but there's towels here that you can get. So, word to the wise, if you think you're just needing them, it appears you can come over here to Serenity. Let's hope it's like this all the time, but may not be the case all the time. But over here is the food, Serenity Bay barbecue, the seating area. We're gonna probably eat lunch here in a moment, so that's where we're going next.